This is beatified Sebastian de Aparicio, and his incorrupt body is here. We're going to see it while we have Mass today, but here he is helping the local indigenous peoples 500 years ago. This is the incorrupt body of Fra Sebastian de Aparicio, here from Puebla. He was a layman, but he became a Franciscan later in life. He became a wealthy man and built roads. But in the end, the people loved him for all of his charity, and there were many answers to his prayers and many miracles that have taken place here in front of his incorrupt body.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Glory to you, O Lord. Jesus said to his disciples, "When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its desolation is at hand. Then those in Judea must flee to the mountains. Let those within the cities escape from it, and let those in the countryside not enter the city. For these days are the times of punishment, when all the scriptures are fulfilled. Woe to pregnant women and nursing mothers in those days, for a terrible calamity will come upon the earth, and a wrathful judgment upon this people. They will fall by the edge of the sword, and be taken as captives to all the Gentiles, and Jerusalem will be trampled underfoot by the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. There will be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and on earth nations will be in dismay, perplexed by the roaring of the sea and the waves. People will die of fright in anticipation of what is coming upon the world, for the powers of the heavens will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. When these signs begin to happen, stand erect and raise your heads, because your redemption is at hand." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. You know, as we were watching that movie, it struck me on several occasions, watching the movie Great Glory, the story of the Cristo Rey folks. How faithful would we be to Christ in those circumstances? Would we be willing to make that ultimate sacrifice? I looked it up actually. Thank goodness we have access to all that information at our very fingertips. And I looked up Saint Jose del Rio, found him. And everything that was in the movie, that was depicted in the movie, is true. Even the fact that he was turned over by his own godfather at the very end. All of that. And I hope you didn't notice many of the Christocentric imagery that was used in the movie. The fact that he was being laid out in the same way that Christ was laid out for his passion and death. The fact that he was tortured in the same way that Christ was tortured. And of course, the beautiful scene at the end when the general raised him, lifted him from the grave and placed him in his mother's arms. Symbol of the Pieta. But it did strike me, how faithful would you and I be to Christ? Would we be ready to make the ultimate sacrifice? Start to figure that one out in my own heart. The chances of me living in Michigan, of having to lay down my life for Christ are probably rather slim. But then I have to ask myself the question, am I living for Christ? If I'm not ready to die for him, or if those circumstances are not going to happen in my lifetime, well, there's no guarantee that might not happen. But if it's not, are you and I, are we truly living for Christ? That's a great question to ask ourselves as we continue this pilgrimage journey. And I'm hoping and praying that this time away from the busyness and the routine of our lives is giving us an opportunity, spurred on by the example of all the great saints and all the generations who have been faithful to Christ Jesus in this land. That's why we came here, so that we would learn from their fidelity, we would learn from their example, and we would be buoyed up by their prayers and by their loving support. But it is a good question to ask. We are reminded all through this season at the end of the ordinary time, because Sunday is the beginning of Advent. But you will see in the readings, we're reading from the book of Revelation, so we're hearing about end times. And that will continue into the Advent season. Well, most people, always when they think about Advent, they think of it as a precursor to our celebration of Christmas. It is that, but it's not primarily that. It is a holy season for us to focus on the return of Christ and to ask ourselves another question. If he was to return today, would we be ready to enter into the fullness of life? So what are we to make of those readings? They're very dark, aren't they? You know, they strike me as they don't have much meat to share with the folks in a celebratory way. But there's a lot of the imagery there is very, very dark. There's talk of destruction, armies, fallen cities. There isn't very much emphasis on joyful hope. But I hope and pray that you notice that sandwiched between the first reading and the Gospel. One speaks of the destruction of Babylon, which for St. John, who wrote the book of Revelation, was an image that he used for the Roman Empire. And then, of course, Jesus talking about foretelling the destruction of the city, the temple of the city of Jerusalem. And sandwiched between the two is that beautiful responsorial psalm, Psalm 100. Sing joyfully to the Lord. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful song. And it goes on, and to each of the refrain response to each of the verses is, blessed are they who are called to the wedding feast of the Lamb. That's you and me. We're gathered for the wedding feast here today. But thinking about those readings, in the first reading, as I said, it foretells the end of that time for the power of Rome, but the people of God celebrating, singing Alleluia, praising God's justice. In the Gospel, as we heard, Jesus predicts the fall of Jerusalem. It occurred in 70 AD, and it was a time of great distress for the Jewish people. I noted it down here that in the writings of Josephus, the Jewish historian, he said 1.1 million Jewish casualties inflicted by Rome on the chosen people, and 97,000 people enslaved. Time of great distress and destruction and painful. And as I said, sandwiched between them is that reminder from Christ that he will come again in glory and that our redemption is at hand. So what are you and I to make of these? We're millennia removed from the fall of both of those great cities. But time marches on, as we're told. And every day we come closer and closer to the return of Christ. In fact, we pray for it. Every time we pray the creed, we look for that day when he will come in glory to judge the living and the dead. That's a prayer in our hearts. They're not just nice words. That's at the heart of our Christian faith, inviting us to look to that great day. And no matter what happens in this earthly kingdom, the guarantee, the promise of Christ's returning in glory, lives with us and encourages us and strengthens us for the daily living out of our Christian faith. And if it should be that one of us, or some of us, or all of us, have to lay down our lives for Christ, let us hope and pray that we would have the same courage. And if we're not called to do that in the explicit way of Saint Jose del Rio, or the other great martyrs, that we would live our lives for Christ, faithfully for Christ in all things. And I hope and pray that these days here on our pilgrimage journey will strengthen that resolve in each and every one of our hearts. That's what a pilgrimage is to do. And I must say I'm greatly encouraged by the fellowship and the sharing that there has been on this trip. as I've gotten to know each and every one of you. In a special way, the story of your lives has helped me greatly as a priest, as a man who believes and who looks forward to that great day. It strengthens me to know that we're on this journey together. Yes, we're on this journey together, on this pilgrimage journey through this world, and that we share one common hope. When Christ comes in glory, we may enter into the fullness of life. And so, the refrain again from the song, blessed are they, blessed are we, who have been called this day to the wedding feast of God. Amen.